Is there a defects for the unborn child? It's weirdly funny because most reptile narcissistic societies always look at self first and the generation that's to come. The generation that is coming is so important. The average birth of a child is under fire in such a way that the culture and community is constantly attacking the growth of a child. So let's discover this together. Example. The seed comes out of a man. It may land on the floor, it may land on a blanket, it may dry up on a sheet, but the fact that it actually makes it into a woman's womb and she's ovulating is amazing. Then the fact that she doesn't take the next day pill and the baby survives the first 48 hours, it's amazing. And then let's just say through some weird thing that the embryo or he or she makes it to 4 or 6 weeks and she doesn't have a period. Now, does she actually go and get an abortion after 8 weeks? Wow, the child made it. He or she was able to make it through that. So here it is, another 3 months, 4 months. Now it's time to really make preparations. Is the father there? Is she by herself? Is the family behind her? Is she going to go to the 6-month abortion? The child is inside of the womb in a telepathic society or an empathetic world because God says, I knew you while you were in your mother's womb. So obviously the child is telepathically engaging God, and the child wants to now have a life and engage it. So, does she get aborted going into 9 months? I hope she's not in California, she keeps it. But now, the child still can get killed with the head sticking out the vaginal canal, and then they'll stick a hose in the back of the head. Now they actually have it to where the child can be born, then you can determine if you want to keep them or not. This is just the first stages. You finally have the child. Great. If the child is born to a mother that has a support system, amazing. Some children are born to 14-year-old, 15-year-old young ladies that don't know what to do with the child. Or, very seldom, the baby is thrown into the trash. More often, sometimes the baby is put up for adoption. Sometimes they don't know what to do with the child, so the child is not neglected at birth, but the child is neglected in life. Now, does the child have a community? Now there's a child's mother? She's a single mom? Is the father there? Is it a healthy society? Or is it a good couple, a married couple? These are the dynamics of even getting to the place where the child can actually be something that is a good growth and grow in a cultured environment. So let's just say the child is born. You're doing good. First 6 months, has all the diapers in the world, and grandparents and everyone's got the child's back. The mother and the parents, they're doing good. Are they doing good? Does the father keep his commitment to the singularity of the home? Is he faithful? Does he create a trust world with her and the child? The child is 1 year old starting to walk. The culture and environment, he is subconsciously and telepathically taking in everything around him or her, learning new languages, able to say dada or mama. Are your parents too busy to raise because of the rat race, earning money and paying bills? Is the child attacked or regrettably molested at 3 to 4 years old? Or is he or she comforted and secured? Is the child getting unnecessarily spanked or abused unknowingly by caregivers or parents? Or is the child weird through autism ADD? Great, none of that has happened. Then the rearing of the child gets to a place where the parents have covered them in a Christian or religious home front with participating parents that created a home that brings morals and security. Or is it a loose home that's unstable financially? Is it a rat race between mom and dad and the child is always with the babysitter 70% of the time? Now watch this. In the heart and the mind of a child, they finally make it to elementary, and someone tells them, do you like boys or do you like girls? They have an empathetic emotion and they don't know what to do with it. What's going on with their sexuality or gender, and they are bombarded with, are you transgender? Children are making life choices at the gas pump too early in life. But the child is still being reared and we don't know how to put him or her in the right position, so they make a decision on their own because they're watching so much TikTok and YouTube and living from their phones. Parents are at work all the time, but then some children have their parents at home. Mom or dad breaks the trust of that home through adultery. Then the mom is a single mom or dad is a single dad. Because the trust has been broken in the home, The child has to choose team mom or team dad. So then the child is 9, 10, or 11, and then he has to go into a world where their acquaintances or a chat room says, "Are you a virgin? You're still a virgin?" Condescendingly. The pressure of his boys making fun of him, and now more girls are starting to look at him. A lot of the boys are starting to look at your daughters, and they have to make a choice around 13, 14, or 15. Do they have to lose their virginity? Then the culture of having to sell yourself for the fame or for any kind of attention from other people, to give up your moral rights, is at an all-time high. Is it a Christian home the child was raised in? Is the nature that is animalistic and carnal now directing the living course of your child? And their insecure, uncertain personality making decisions because the culture around it is facilitating the smoke and mirrors lifestyle in a child every day. So by the time he or she gets to high school or college, the world's culture has already possessed the child's whole equilibrium. If the parents are there all the time, then that's a good thing. But, if the parents are not there, then the now young adult has a lot of decision-making to make on their own, and so this is what we are dealing with in the 21st century. Going into adulthood, and they don't even know what to do next because they've been under attack all of their lives by principalities and demonic forces that can't be seen until today. Share this with the world. This is just Telepathic Posture 101. There's a part 2. Love y'all.